Hey, this is Dustin with Boomers Outdoors, and I've got a question for you today. Have you ever gotten to camp after a long day of backpacking, started setting everything up, and you got to that dreaded task of blowing up your sleeping pad by mouth? And you just dreaded it. Well, I used to be the same way, and I finally started looking for inflation pumps. And a few years ago, I found this one by Flextail. This thing has a 3600 milliamp battery in it. It will blow continuously for like 45 minutes, and it will inflate an extra wide sleeping pad in about 30 seconds. And I bought this larger one because I figured, hey, I'll blow mine up and everybody else is with me. But this thing weighs 6.3 ounces with a nozzle on it. And it's a little bit overkill. I mean, you could take it for a week and blow up probably 4 people's sleeping pads with it. So I started looking for things lighter. And I saw that Zero pump by Flextail. And I thought, that's the one I want to get. But I really didn't want to come off $50. So I said, well, I'll just wait till it gets cheaper. And then the other day I was looking on Amazon and I came across this. This is the Lanney inflation pump. And it weighs 1.76 ounces without a nozzle on it, and with a nozzle, 2.1 ounces, which is almost identical to the Zero pump by Flextail. And it's a fraction of the cost. So I went ahead and purchased it. And I've used it, and I think it's pretty good. So I'm going to open this box up and show you what comes with a Lanney inflation pump. Stay with me. So what are the accessories that come with a Lanney inflation pump? Well, let's open the box and find out. And I have opened it before. I just stuffed all this back in here for demonstration purposes. First thing you get is a nice little carrying bag, set of instructions. You get the pump itself. You get a USB-C charging cable, and you get 7 inflation nozzles, and these fit all your major manufacturers of sleeping pads. This one on the end here is for the climate, and you get a little special nozzle in case you want to inflate a beach ball. What I'm going to do now is take the pump and put it on one of the nozzles, and I'm going to inflate a pad that's 78 inches in length, 26 inches wide, and over 4 inches thick. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go over all the specifications about this pump. So what are the stats on this pump? The pump by itself weighs 1.76 ounces. With a nozzle, it weighs 2.1 ounces. The complete setup with all nozzles and a charging cable in the bag weighs right at 5 ounces. The outside of the pump is made of ABS, which is a thermal plastic polymer that is strong, durable, and versatile, although it can be scratched pretty easily. The dimensions on the pump, 3.35 inches in length, 1.2 inches wide. It says on the website that it will fill a sleeping pad in 50 seconds, but that is not true for a regular size sleeping pad. The only pad I found close to filling in 50 seconds was a Climate Static V. It will fill that pad in about a minute. It charges with a C-type charging cable and takes about an hour and a half to fully charge. It comes with 7 nozzles that will fill virtually any sleeping pad on the market. It has a 700 milliamp battery that will run for 25 minutes. However, it is important to note that it tells you on the website repeatedly not to run it over 15 minutes at a time, as the pump will overheat and it will probably destroy it. Technically, it pumps 180 liters per minute. Now, here's something I do like about this pump. The noise level on the pump is only 68 decibels. It's a pretty quiet pump, especially compared to my larger pump. When you use it at camp, you're kind of afraid you're going to disturb the neighbors if there's anyone around you. So I want to give you my final thoughts on this pump and whether or not it's a good value. So as you can see from the video, it took less than 2 minutes to inflate this pad. In fact, it took 1 minute and 40 seconds, and I think that's pretty good. Now you may be wondering, how many times will it inflate a pad on a single charge? Well, I found out. I fully charged it, and I inflated this pad 18 times before it ran out of juice, and I think that's amazing. One other thing I want to show you, if you hit the button once, it activates the pump, wants to turn it off. But if you hold the button down for 2 seconds, you also have a flashlight, and that's a neat little extra perk thrown in there. But here's the most amazing thing about this pump, and that's the retail price. It retails on Amazon for $9.99 compared to the Zero pump, which is about $50. Now, I will say, it only has a 30-day money-back guarantee on it, whereas a Zero pump has a 1-year warranty. But for $9.99, it seems to be made really well. Now, how long will it last? Well, It's inflated this pad about 20 times. That's all I can tell you at this point. But I will use it this year. It's going in my kit, and I'll let you know how well it holds up. But do you have one of these? If you do, let me know in the comments field what you think about it and how well it's held up. It's only been out since I think September of last year, so they've not been on the market for a long time. Hey, and I want to ask you to do something else. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Be a great encouragement to us. And something else, you may be wondering about this pad. I do have a video on this pad. This is a budget pad, and I'm going to include a link to it at the end of this video if you want to see this pad. This pad sells for about $80, and it has an claimed R value of 6.6. It's not really that high, but if you watch the video, you'll find out what I think it is. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching today, and I hope to see you out on the trail sometime. Bye.